Good morning. Today's a little cooler. Its forecast was a little bit off, and that it is raining a little bit. It's been some light rain here this morning, but that's supposed to end soon. I'm cooking up some roast beef hash. I can see my breath. And then I'm gonna hit the trail, go do a hike. It's right here by the campground, so it's not. I don't think it's actually going into the prairie at all. So if you're afraid of me getting eaten by gators, don't worry. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go find a store. I'm about out of propane for the stove, so I'll have to find a Walmart or something. Then I'll come back here and just kind of veg out, I guess. I'm not really sure. It's gonna be kind of repetitive of yesterday, just going on a hike. I think tomorrow's gonna be more of the same. Oh yeah, here comes a little bit of rain. 800-calorie breakfast. Alright, I changed my mind. I'm not going to do the trail near the campground. Instead, I'm going to do this other trail that just shoots 4 miles straight out into the prairie. Today it's overcast, it's cold. I think it's a better day to be out in the open exposed like that than tomorrow, which will be sunnier, and I have to worry about sunscreen and a hat or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to go out there, see how that goes. 4 miles out and back. I don't know if I'll go the whole way, partly because I don't know if I can handle that, and partly because it might be flooded and wet. It says it gets wetter as you go. Yeah, so here we go, off into the prairie. There's also a little short trail right here off the parking lot that's supposed to lead to another observation deck. I might start out there, but I haven't seen any bison. I haven't seen any horses, so maybe I can spot them from up higher. Yeah, so let's hit the trail. Alright, I read it wrong. It doesn't say the further you go, the wetter it gets. It says the better it gets. That sounds good. But then I was looking down here at Jackson's Gap Trail. It's named after a local cracker. That's what it says. So, I've come to another one of these signs warning of the dangers that lurk in the wilderness ahead. I didn't really pay attention to this yesterday. I didn't take it seriously, but it does tell you how far to stay away from things, so that's good to know. Alright, here we go. Gotta go through this little barricade thing here. Alright, we're outside the wire. Poop alert, poop alert. This is another interesting thing I'm seeing. What I'm interpreting as really obvious game trails headed off into the swamp. I'm wondering if other people have made that trail. It's so big and wide. There's been quite a few of them. Or is that just what a game trail looks like when you got 500-pound alligators dragging themselves down it? I don't know. And just to where I'm getting, where it's interesting. Oh my. Oh, I think those are cows. Some sort of critters over there. Those are cows. That's not the wild horses or bison. Yeah. Trail closed. So I didn't get to go the whole way. It's seen a lot of these giant ant hills, but I've never seen an ant come or go. Is it an ant hill? It sure looks like it. I don't know what kind of ant makes it. So here's another one. Here's one of those game trails. There's another one. And some poop. Wow, here's my shoe for comparison. Look at the size of that thistle. And that thing will rip your leg off and throw it at you. Whew. All in all, I have to say the trail goes that way. I'm on my way back to the car. And then it goes this way. It's like a mile each of these stretches you're looking at. Frankly, this trail's kind of boring. Except for thistles, anthills, and piles of poop. There's not a whole lot going on around here. Alright, so that's the trail I just did. I'd say it'd be good for somebody who just wanted to get outside and would like a nice long road walk rather than a trail. But for me, thumbs down. all that said, I think the part they shut off was just the most interesting part. They blocked it off. But I think it was probably the final mile of the trail. So I still got in probably at least 6 miles worth of walking. So at least I got a lot of good exercise out of it. So now I guess I'm gonna head to town, see if I can find some propane. All right, these people should have what I need, plus some. So you get a knife for $1, fork for $1, spoon for $1, or for convenience, you can get all 3 of them on a ring, a disposable ring, for $5.99. Huh. Grogu, can you believe they did not have propane in that place? Me neither. But I did get a fork. I have a disposable fork in my backpacking gear, but the one I was using last night just to eat with at the campground, I was trying to eat noodles and the tines broke off of it. I don't want that to happen while I'm out in the woods somewhere, so I got one of these. A little heavier than I'd like, but it's gonna not break, so it wasn't all for naught. But now I gotta find somewhere else to buy some propane. Back to Walmart, I guess. Yay, Walmart. Alright, so I just walked another mile in Walmart. The 2 things I wanted to get were at opposite ends of the store, and the place is so huge. You know, I got the propane though, and that's what I was looking for, so that's good. I'm headed on my way back to the campsite now. I'm actually sitting in a parking lot outside of a Marriott. It's a Fairfield Inn, I think, because I know that they have free internet. So I'm tapping into that to download onto my iPad here some episodes of a show I found on Netflix that I like, and I'd rather use free internet if I can rather than in my phone. The Verizon kind of has a cap on the data. So I'm doing that. Only a couple more minutes here, I'll be good to go. I'm gonna head back to the campground. I think I'm just gonna try and veg out. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just tired. I think I need like a break from this vacation. I was just realizing I've been go every day. I've been just doing stuff every day. There hasn't really been a day where I just sat and did nothing like I usually have in my life. You know, usually like Saturday or Sunday, I just sit around and do nothing. I haven't had that. I think I'm just kind of tired. Physically, I'm doing okay, which is great. All right, so one of the videos, I don't know, just kind of got hung up in downloading. So I'm going to give it a few minutes here to see if I stopped it and I'm restarting it. But I wanted to just cover a couple things I've been thinking to mention. One that came up the other night is this guy. This guy is not just some random green alien. This old lady's walking around the campground and she goes, "Oh, there's an alien in your car." Okay, he is an alien, but this is a character from a Star Wars show called The Mandalorian. His name is Grogu. So he's not just a random alien. I'll say that much, just so you all know. That's why I call him Grogu, because that's his name on the show. If you haven't made it through season 2, sorry for the spoiler, but he does have a name. He's not just, they called him the child for a season and a half. The other thing, then I said, "Oh, yeah, he's my co-pilot." And this lady goes, "Oh, so he moves?" Grogu is a stuffed animal. He doesn't move. It's not a real. So I said, "No, if you see him move, let me know, because then we might have a problem." And she just looked really confused. And her husband had like a rope attached to her, so he started tugging, and they walked off. So I don't know what's going on there. All right, I know I said I was going back to the campground, but there's this ginormous antique mall. Look at this, all these big ones. I gotta at least walk around here a little bit. Look at this beautiful stove in Kalamazoo. Oh, I haven't even got inside this place yet. All right, I'm done with that antique mall. There's really only a couple really specific things I look for in antique malls. And that place had them, some of them. One thing I look for are dolls for Misty, especially Cabbage Patch dolls. They had the coolest Cabbage Patch doll ever. Misty, look at this. He's in a rocket. Fortunately, it's $200. Wow, we need something like that in the collection. The other thing I look for is just vintage toys from when I was a kid. And there was I don't know, one dealer had maybe a quarter or a third of the space in there. All these booths, and the different booths had different themes. Like there was a Spider-Man booth, there was a Star Trek booth, and I made some footage of the Star Wars booth because it was like 3 or 4 booths all together, put together. But ultimately, I got out of there without buying anything. Most things were a little more pricey than I would be willing to pay, and then the things I was willing to pay for, they would have turned into just, you know, knickknacks around the house. We don't have room for clutter. So, yeah, I didn't buy anything, but it's raining out here, so it's a good way to spend some time, I guess, indoors. And, yeah, so that's that. I'm going to head back to the camp now for real, because I'm starving. All right, so back at the campground, it's raining. I don't believe that was in the forecast, but it's good because I wanted to try and not go out and do anything, so that'll kind of trap me here, which is great. Both of my neighbors on both sides have moved out. I don't know, they got somewhere better to be. But yeah, so I'm gonna make some food here. I'm gonna make the same thing I made last night, because it was really good. I got this stuff, peanut sauce mix. It's a dry powder that you mix with a can of coconut milk. I have powdered coconut milk, and I've measured out and put instructions on there for myself how to make that into a can of coconut milk. And I did this because I wanted to try this because, you know, this could be like a backpacking meal. Mix this with some noodles. And I wanted to see if it was any good. And it was really good last night. So I'm making it again. I'm going to throw in some of this chicken, this pouch, put that on some of these spaghettis, gluten-free spaghettis. Got a few nuts, throw on there. And then I've noticed that my diet's really devoid of vegetables this week. So I got this real southern style succotash. I don't know anything about succotash except that there was that cartoon character used to, what do you say, like sucker and succotash, something like that. So I don't know, I think I'll try some of that, see if it's good as a side dish. Alright, well, it's cold, the temperature is noticeably dropping, it's raining. See the raindrops on the tent. I still haven't relaxed. It's 5 o'clock and I still haven't relaxed like I planned to. I just came in the tent. I'm going to be in here tonight now, I guess, from here on. Got the heater going, which is really nice, this thing with having electricity in the camp, in the tent. Wow. Game changer. But, yeah, so the weather's throwing a curveball. I've been working on it for like an hour and a half, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I was hoping to go backpacking. It looks like that might not work. Been talking to Misty. The neighbor stopped by. The guy that had been my neighbor moved to a different site. He came and talked to me for like a while about my tent. This tent gets a lot of attention. It does. Should I show you guys my tent? This is what it looks like in here. I don't know. Yeah, it's a mess. It's just me. Plenty more space in here. Usually we have Misty in here too and all her stuff, and it's nice and cozy. So I don't know. I'm going to start working on the video, get this published and get that out. You know, and hopefully tomorrow I'm going to do a little more just laying around. Also probably going to pack up camp tomorrow because it's the last dry day before another rainy stretch headed our way. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Calling it a night. And it's going to be nice and cozy in here with this heater going. So, I hope you all are nice and cozy wherever you are. And we'll talk to you later.